want to definitely invite some people. Mute it there. Guys, if you're on YouTube, come to the Zoom. Let me switch accounts here so I can comment. Man, I have so many people on my phone. All right, so here is the Zoom link if you want to come to the actual Zoom stream. And we'll start here soon. Soon, I kind of whispered there. Nice. Oh, YouTube, you like that topic title, huh? All right, well, stick around or hop over to the Zoom. Zoom is where it's at. I'm so happy you are later than normal. Just walked out of work. Nice. Perfect. Because it was just not intentionally be later. It was a last-minute thing because of what was going on here. Looks like we might be moving here. Looks like Yogi Chris grew a $3,000 lawn, everybody. Landlord came over today. Looks like Yogi Chris in his spare time during lecture as a hobby without even trying, pretty much doing nothing outside of just, eating, pissing, and shitting. I basically grew a $3,000 lawn. Are you guys happy for me? You should be. Because that takes talent, maybe. I don't think it's skill, but it's talent. Yeah. Applause are coming in. Yeah. So we'll see. We might be moving out of this place. We'll see if we find a new place. He offered us a bunch of money to move out early, so we might do that. Where we go, I don't know. Hopefully it's a good location. It's all about location, really. I don't even want to leave here just because of the location. Like, I can ride my bicycle to everything I want to do. But whatever. Clubhouse, you suck at 8 p.m. I'm discovering Clubhouse sucks at 8 p.m., everybody, for myself. Unless I'm shadow banned. I might be shadow banned because of that fight I got in with that guy the other day, or that chick. Or it might be because my title has the word sex in it because it says the sexual chakras. Because I can't imagine that nobody is going to join that. That seems really peculiar. That's surprising, actually. Anyway, I know my YouTube likes it. My Zoom stream here likes it. My Instagram's all right about it. Tony K was on the social media mastery event. We got Jay Soul. Jay Soul is on. He's going to be chiming in every now and then. We'll get started here momentarily. We have this song, which is going to switch over from piano to cello. And then we have the coup de grace, which means like the climax. You get that, Cat? It's the climax. That's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. Yeah, I know. Ashley, what's up? How do we know each other? Have we met? I don't recognize your name. I think I might like to learn the cello. Clubhouse sucks at sending me an invite text. Yeah, that does suck. I mean, I sent it to you. It says it's pending, so I can't send you another one. So I don't really understand what it is. As soon as, I was able to get on. I don't understand the difficulties people have because I was just able to get on. Ashley Renee, do we know each other? How do we know each other? I think Jay Soul was about to join us on Zoom. All right, now we got the coup de grace song. You guys know it. I know it. You know it. I need to update my playlist. I know I got a few Shazams that are about to get included. Hello, Shaq. Been meaning to comment on an impressive lawn scene when you were mowing on camera. Was I mowing on camera? What was I mowing on camera? Thank you. And I rounded up, actually. He only gave us 2,500 for it, but I rounded, so that's pretty close to 3K. And honestly, the dude really likes me. Like, as soon as he saw my cell, because he's an Indian guy, he's like, oh, Vishnu? Blah, blah, blah. He said a bunch of things I don't understand. And then he's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, professional yoga. Oh. And he's like a billionaire, apparently. A millionaire. And there was something that indicated that he really liked me. I forget what it was. Anyway. Yeah, strong rapport. Good rapport with the guy. Okay, so we're going to imbue some evolutionary biology and psychology with some esoteric yoga, basically. Esoteric yoga. Unseen or little known yoga. And we'll get into it because it's not that essential, the esoteric yoga. I mean, I'll get into it, but when we talk about chakras and auras and causal body and astral body and karma, there's a practical utility to these things, and then there's the fantastical utility to these things. And how much practical use you get out of the fantastical, I mean, that's up to you, how well you use your imagination. But how serious you take it, I wouldn't take it too serious, because then you're open to being manipulated, deceived, and just delusional, really. I can invent anything in my mind and be like, oh, I have a pink chakra. Did you know there's an 8th chakra? It's a pink chakra, right by your earlobe. It's the chakra of the ear. I used to study a 10 chakra system, and one of the chakras was pink, and one of them was black. But, I mean, I don't expect you to believe me. It doesn't matter. Tony K, I just applied the whitener to the whiteboard. See, it's almost brand new now. Time to make some new flow charts for business. The yogi business entrepreneur. The stoic yogi entrepreneur. I will come out with a book. It's a very niche topic. But I'm the foremost stoic yogi entrepreneur on earth. I can't claim that actually, but I probably have more podcast episodes than any of them. I could claim that. Samadhi Sam, all the way from Houston. What's up, bro? One of my first yoga workshops was with Samadhi Sam. Samadhi Sam. All right, we're about to start. YouTube, you're really accumulating, man. Come to Zoom, man. I wonder how many of you are men and how many of you are womb men. All right, we're getting super spiritual here, as you can tell by the beads and the royal ganja. Om Namah Shivaya. This would be a good topic. Apparently, the YouTubers like the sexual chakras. You guys are really going to like this distinction that I made. And it will give you good understanding. It's, again, like I said, it's practical. But at the same time, it's fun and esoteric, so it engages your imagination, which helps you evolve. Because that's how you evolve. Out of being a beast. Your imagination, you foresaw things. You planned things. All right, Instagram, come over to Zoom. I know you are, Kat. That's why I'm so responsible. I'm such a responsible man. One day you'll be able to tell people how much so. You think you do now, but even more in the future. Yeah, I don't think it's that one. It's the 29th, Van. We'll start in a minute or two when the song ends. YouTube, they just showed up to watch me smoke a spliff and listen to a song. They're going to leave before I actually start the talk. That makes sense. It's normal attention span. Actually, my YouTube audience has the highest attention span of any audience on YouTube. But it's hard to keep them past 12 minutes if you're not talking. We got a collaboration coming up on Friday. I'm doing a collaboration with this guy on YouTube. He has 50,000 followers on YouTube. So I'll send an email about that. It's going to be an exclusive event. I'll post some clips afterwards. I'll probably instigate an argument because why the fuck not? I don't care who he is. But it'll be about like dating or something. And we'll see, maybe he jives. I like bouncing ideas off of alpha guys who don't break but hold their opinion. All right. This is about to be it. 8:17. All right, let's pause the song. There we go. Nice. Back to the stream. And there we are. Okay, that should be paused. Yeah, there. Now it's paused. Okay. And record to computer. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Science of Peace Podcast. I'm your host, Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Flame Yoga, the yoga of communication. I'm going to make sure you guys are hearing me through the mic, of course. Yeah, the right mic. So I titled this Sexual Chakras because of some new realizations. A couple of words distinguished these ideas for me. You know, I've talked a lot about chakras for like 10 hours or so in the Silent Flute. I have a bunch of lectures and some guided meditations that come from different guys. A guy that invented Yin Yoga, Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Judith Lazater, and my own personal experiences. BNS Iyengar had a lot to say about chakras. You know, the mind is so chaotic and life is so stimulating. It's very difficult to see subtle body stuff. And I don't know how essential it is either, because if you read The Selfish Gene, which you shouldn't, but you could, by Richard Dawkins, and it talks about there's no such thing as altruism, that in an altruistic society, a selfish person would be born, they would win, and then their genes would spread and it would become a selfish society. And then in a selfish society, an altruistic person would be born and they would win because everybody would want to be friends with them. And then altruism would spread and it would bounce back and forth until there's this stable equilibrium. It kind of fluctuates a little bit, but selfish altruism became the thing because it just makes sense logically. Now, Earth, the surface of Earth is very difficult. We eat other living organisms. We, sexualize children. We just herd each other for the agenda of a few at the top. I mean, it's not really so different than like an ant colony or a beehive or something. And there's like a queen and then everybody else is like expendable. Like if you consider the ratio of like the elite rulers of the planet compared to the size and numbers of everybody else, it's way more than an ant colony and like queen ant or queen bee or whatever. It's that reptilian kind of hive mind. Hive meaning like a beehive or a hornet's nest. It's a hive mind. I don't know if a hornet's, I don't know what hornets do, but on a prison planet, an altruistic person would be taken advantage of greatly. A selfless person, a spiritual person would be taken advantage of. A kind, nice, innocent person would be taken advantage of. Just like in an altruistic society, a selfish person is born randomly through mutation, and it takes advantage because they'll take advantage of all the altruistic people, while the altruistic people, never knowing selfishness, would just give. So the selfish person would far beat everybody, But somewhere in between, there's this people will give in order to receive. There's this exchange, the law of exchange that comes into play, which would be fine and fair enough in a sane society. Now add to it the agenda of people in control of media and the images that steer our emotions. When you want to go into the subtle body, I can tell from my experience, and I can only tell you as far as my experience, that as you still the mind, deeper impressions come up. Okay, as you still those, deeper impressions come up. As you still those, and the more and more you become absorbed in presence and observation of your thoughts, and practice, the thoughts, the mind settles. And if you can remove yourself from a lot of stimuli or familiarity, let's say I went to India, so there was very little familiarity. So it was very easy to be reclusive and not feel as if I was missing out or anything. I was also flat broke, like nothing, just enough to buy rice. I'd already paid for the training and I had my plane ticket home, So just inward and settle the mind, because there's so many impressions. As you do that, you'll see deeper, and it may come up as visuals. As your mind de-stresses, you'll come up with just like daydreaming. Just like night dreaming. You'll dream while you're meditating. You'll dream while you're doing yoga. Don't take your dreams too serious. It's a movie of the stresses releasing from the body, according to the patterns of how you think or how you have gained impressions. Like sometimes you'll dream in a almost like a movie you've seen before, because you have seen a movie before that's similar to, you're just de-stressing and putting images and archetypes and energies, how they relate to each other. You're feeding it into a subconscious mind that already has a pattern for how to construct these archetypes in movies, because you've seen it. And then imbued with probably some insight and intuition, but it gets so obscured in everything. And that's what I'm saying. When you clear away the obscurities and then practice looking inward, you may see chakras. I have seen what I believe are chakras. And I also think, from what I have heard, a lot of what you'll see, I don't trust anything really fully that you see like on YouTube or Google or really anywhere, unless it's like very difficult to find or you have to pay for it. And even then, but if it's given away for free, if it's allowed to be out there, I think that it's misleading in some way, that it's allowed, it's past the filter. And so everything with a grain of salt, there's always a story behind everything. And then how much do I want to get wrapped up in that? And not really, but I'm just saying that there is a lot of truth in what's out there. It's just, an analogy I've said, I don't know how effective it is, but if you had a map and it was very, very accurate, but you had one or two things that were not accurate on the map that were relevant to getting to where you want to go, it would totally fuck up. Like even if just you didn't have the right location of the destination, one thing wrong and it messes up the whole trip. So the news or documentaries. They may give a lot of truth and then just throw you off where, you know, but so one idea I have heard is the storage of information in water, the storage of information in water. And I believe there's so much that we don't know about the quantum realm when you get down that low or that small. You know, an ability to store information in water. Now, we are a water vessel on land. Land around us is pretty dry, but we're a walking bag of water and bone, which is mostly water. And the light, our light, as we look outward, you know, if you look in a mirror, you see your eyeball. That means a photon is moving from your eyeball to the mirror and backwards from the mirror to your eyeball. That's how you see your own eyeball. There's light going outward from your looking. From the deepest inward, the deepest source, looking outward, it acts as light, so to speak. It's how we perceive it. It's not really light, but it's perceived as light. It's awareness is what it is. But we just, you know. So now as light passes through water, what happens? Rainbow. Boom. If you've ever seen the chakras, that's kind of how they're depicted. Now, information in water. Okay, so your consciousness, this is sexual chakras is what we're talking about. Your consciousness goes through these parts of your body and comes out as, we perceive them as these colors, but there's a program in those energy areas that is related to different qualities of consciousness or different levels or frequencies, you could say, because red would be longer wave, blue would be shorter wave. Longer wave means top to top, or shorter wave would be top to top, right? So these frequencies of consciousness. Now, root chakra is survival, male. Sacral chakra is sex, reproduction, female. Or provider, seducer. To provide, to seduce. Sacral or solar chakra is ego, capitalism. Heart chakra is socialism and social relations. It's the social isms and the capital isms or egoisms. Throat chakra is the right to free speech. Third eye chakra is the right to practice your own religion. And crown chakra is I am. It's just I am. That's all it is. It's just I am. It's open. It's not really that necessary to even think about that one. That one enables us to be observant of these others. Provide, seduce. Capital, social. Speak and believe. Believe what you want to believe. You're perceiving even what I'm saying right now up here. You're listening, which is a throat chakra action, actually. But you're perceiving and you're constructing your own imagery of what I'm saying while you're looking at me, if you're looking at me also. And that's up here. And you're relating with me and the people in your life. You are part of a hive mind, heart. I don't know if that's the right word. A hive mind would have like a queen or an emperor. It's not really like that. But there's a communal consciousness that is the heart. You see, like communism and socialism at its purest ideological essence, it's a decent idea. It makes sense. But it's trying to fit a bunch of, it would be like, I don't know, dressing up your dog and having it drink tea with you or something. Like it can't be a human. It's not going to be a human. You can't sit it in the car and strap it in a seatbelt. You can't force people to become numbers where everybody shares equally, because that's what makes the most sense. We're not robots like that. And the arts and creativity comes from the competitiveness, actually. The ego-ness, the solar plexus, your expression of your individuality for selfish reasons. And sex, your sex chakra, your sacral chakra above your root chakra, at the base root tailbone, tip of the tailbone, wherever the tailbone is pointing, right where it's pointing, just beyond that is this energy area where the light of your awareness, when it goes through there, is a red. It's a red color, a crimson blood color. When the light of your awareness goes through your middle upper front sacrum, so it's like it's your lower belly, it's in front of it, the light goes through there, it's this orange color, and it's on up the rainbow, on up the spine. Now, as you sit and meditate, I teach this in the silent flute, and you should all, I think you're all in the silent flute, the people that are mostly live. I don't know, people on YouTube are they're free right now. So I'll be kind of ending it here. There's deeper processes in the silent flute for how to settle yourself and to experience the chakras. But why? Why would you want to experience them? Is for self-awareness, really. It's just to integrate yourself. When you integrate the energy, because it's a reality that is happening. You have chakra. They are part of the subtle body. They are interacting in this way. And you are relating with them in this way. But they may be very unintegrated. And so your energy may get stuck. And it's a almost invisible way to, kind of like I did here. There was impressions on this board that you couldn't do nothing about because the marker had erased and it was written there for so long, it was stained. And I could write over top of it, but there's always this thing underneath it. And all I needed was some technology, which was this cream right there. It's up in the cabinet. I just needed the technology of cream, this particular, all natural bio, whatever cream, and put some on it, rub it in. And now is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yeah. If I wanted to get it perfect, I could probably dedicate, I could get the right squeegee. Who knows? Who knows? And one day it could even reincarnate into a brand new one, fabricated from zero, that doesn't have any impressions on it. But we are kind of like that. Our mind has these impressions and they're there until we can erase them. If we don't erase them quick enough, which we never do, because only now are we becoming aware of them. Now if you go through a new kind of traumatic experience, you may a day or two after realize what's happened in your mind. You'll have more awareness of, oh, my mind separate from me is reacting. It's still reacting to what happened yesterday, even though I've moved on, but my mind you'll see it as a separate thing. And the chakra meditation, it's a wonderful, it's just a really cool thing. It's like, whoa, this is happening. Like I have chakra. I have the particular thought I'm having, it resonates almost like a guitar string or something with a different area of my spine, of this center lightning rod from the crown down through the tailbone, that rainbow goes up. My thought strikes a string differently here or there. And so as I'm meditating, different thoughts unprocessed, I process thoughts, they de-stress, and boom, they may resonate in different areas. Now, how important is it? Not that important until there's like and it just brings self-awareness. Sometimes thoughts can throw us off and there's a confusion. The sensitivity to this ladder or this, it's kind of like a ladder to heaven almost, from the base to the top. It can make one very sensitive to the principles of yoga, nonviolence and truth. But on a planet where everybody is mind washed, to take to be passive aggressively selfish. People get taken advantage of. You'll get taken advantage of, so sensitive. To calm your mind to the degree where you become so sensitive to these things and then re-engage with the world, you need a big buffer space. That's like what Mickey Singer would have, like a big retreat area where he's in a safe space with a lot of land, 700 acres or whatever, between him. And so there's a cushion, you know? And when he goes somewhere, it's in a cocoon. He travels as a cocoon because the world is chaos. And it's evil. It's Satan's planet. It's all backstabbing, you know? And so admire the guru that can go back into society and bring his good karma with him in exchange. But then it's no wonder that he gets lost in the ocean of attention and people manipulating and not speaking what they, you know, the truth. And then for one to get so wrapped up in those dealings and stay sensitive to these subtle fluctuations inside, man, you know, that's why we don't wish for rapid success, because then you could just get inserted somewhere where there's a lot of pressure on you and a lot of attention. You're not used to it. Like climbing is the way to do it. But when you're bringing the esoteric information that would get you censored, well, capitalism, socialism. The heart chakra is not better than the other chakras. It's just not. It's like saying the E note is better than the A note. It's just not. They put your attention there so that you become socialist. Because an imbalance is an imbalance wherever it is. It does something different wherever it is, but it's an imbalance. They push that so that they can suppress this, the solar plexus. So just be aware, right? So you need wisdom in addition to just like the science of yoga. That's why I cut the science already and I give you a little wisdom, and I'm going to cut the wisdom because you should join the silent flute. If you catch this recording, I mean, subscribing to the channel is not enough. Following the podcast is not enough. You should go to ninthlimb.com and get the tech, right? We're meeting twice a week now and you get the whole archive. All right. So that's the recording. I'll stick around for the live audience and answer any questions. And for everybody on the recordings, until next time, namaste. I need to remember, because on Clubhouse, you're not supposed to record. But nobody showed up to the Clubhouse. But I should remember to mute when I do that. Okay. Right on. Let's see. So YouTube, you liked it. You liked that stuff. Nobody's commenting, but there's a bunch of you here, and you're all liking my video. I forgot to share it on YouTube or Facebook, actually. Kat, I don't think that most humans even have access to the heart chakra at this time. What do you think about that? I don't know what that means. What does it mean to have access to the heart chakra? If I knew what that meant. It's too blocked. Well, I would say that pretty much all of them are, really, in different ways. Yeah, I think it's true. You know, I would say that you could make that statement about most chakra. What if I said, I don't think most humans have access to their root chakra? It would work just as well. You know what one people have excessive is their third eye chakra. But then you could say, well, but the pineal gland, this and that, I don't think most people have access to their pineal chakra. Like you could make a case for, I don't have access to my crown chakra. I don't have access to my throat. Every girl at a yoga studio is like, my throat chakra, I'm trying to open my throat chakra. I'm like, baby, I'll open your throat chakra. I can't say that as a teacher, but they say it. That's how women talk. They're so stupid. Women talk not realizing the double speak that they're speaking because they grew up in a hoe culture and they think it's okay. And it stimulates the guys around them. And then they wonder why they have so many guy friends and they grow up and don't have any. Oh my God. On one of these podcasts, this woman was like 36 or something, or 34. And she had a best friend since 8 years old. And he was like, I don't know, so feminine in his speech, but not gay. It was strange. And on the show, somehow all these women convinced him and her to get together. And I'm like, this is such a bad mistake. You guys should not have encouraged that. You should have gone my route, which is to say all men are dangerous. And that man stuck around for 20 years waiting for you to say yes. And now you just got him to say yes. Do you know that he was waiting for her to say yes for 20 years? He was waiting. So not only does he have no other options, but you all just a minute ago, when I said that men are the biggest threat to women, and all it takes is that guy that's just overly frustrated and he just had some pills or drank some alcohol, and or you flirted with him a little bit extra and then he felt denied and then he pushes himself, and that's how rape happens. You just agreed with everything I just said there, and now you're putting them together, and he was 20 years waiting for that. That's the guy that would happen. Oh my God. And now you put them together and she has a daughter. Oh my God. Oh my God. And they're applauding it. And I'm like, you fools. And what am I going to say to a room of 8 women? I should have just vomited my speech and then exited. Next time. It'll be fun. I'm going to get banned. We need just a diversity of profiles so I can just do like, skip around. Okay. Is there anything else? What did you think about the chakra talk? Right? Putting some words to it. I feel chakras are swinging back around in the silent flute. YouTube, all of you that are watching, if you haven't liked the video, what the F is up with that? If you haven't clicked that thumbs up, what the F is up with that? That's bad karma. That's leaving negative impressions on your chakras. Which chakra would it be, Kat? Your heart chakra, probably. I think it's heart chakra. If you haven't liked the video, you are probably blocked in your heart chakra. It's just a thumbs up. Is your heart resisting the thumbs up? Does that not sit well with your heart? Does the thumbs down feel better, more familiar? Yeah, that's a heart chakra issue. Okay, Instagram also, I don't know what's going on. I see a lot of laughings, actually. Master myself, as usual, mastering himself. Troy Story, Troy Olvera, the last messenger. Felix Michael. What is up, Felix? You may unmute.
Hey man, yeah.
Hey bro.
Well, chakras are a long-term fascination for me, like multiple years, and it's also a very sensitive topic, so I didn't like explode with questions, right? Also because I joined late.
Damn it.
Most of the things you say, I had some personal experience in my life. So my question is, I think it's closely related, and that's why I'm asking that. So I've been lately, for like 2 weeks, I've been seeing, and I've been a thought that also created a visual impression in my mind has created a myself as I am right now, and my younger self, like extremely young me.
Oh,
that's like sub 10 years. I guess he's like 9 years. I got a brother that's like 9 years, and I think he's like an image of that. And basically I've been leading conversations between me and my younger self.
Okay.
Now I don't know how much that is related to chakras. However, it definitely has something to do with the energetical flow throughout my body. Do you have any experience, or do you I kind of feel like I'm my own parent, but with like the emotional, I have to now go and handle my very young self, which is very emotional, very afraid, very uncertain, and comes, basically stuck at that age. And of course, nobody around me has.
You need to read Dianetics. You need to read Dianetics 1955. This is just for Felix. You need to read Dianetics 1955 by L. Ron Hubbard and understand that you're describing a purely mental experience that can be very therapeutic, if you use it as a tool of the mind body, but it is not really happening. It is only in your mind. You need to not handle your past. You need to handle your present. And as resistances come up, you can make archetypes out of those energies in your mind, and they might be more or less true, but it's not provable. So you just do what works in your life, which is whatever makes you handle your life better. But when it comes to why it happens and solving that loop so that you don't get caught in a kind of imaginary friend syndrome, is read Dianetics 1955.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Good question. Anything else, everybody? Check YouTube. Okay, some thumbs. I got some thumbs. So those people have souls. Everybody else, soulless. Soulless YouTubers. It's probably just a bot. You're just bots. You're just bots to me. If you didn't thumbs up it, you're just a robot to me. It's absurd. Sultan finished his event today, so he got us all pizza. So I'm very excited. I hope he has pretzel stuffed crust. That's my favorite. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if this is the right one, actually. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. Actually, AZD has said a different one. This is the one I have. Right. Volcano on it, right? And I think that will, you know, I think you're the right mind for that, Felix. And to everybody that follows what I say, that's sounded really weird how that came out. I didn't mean that grammar. When I follow that come into these streams, I pretty much talk in terms that I align what I say about the mind with that as much as I'm aware of it. Right on. There we go. Adding the thumbs, getting more thumbs. So now I know the 7th thumb was Cat. Cat was the 7th thumb on YouTube, everybody. So if you come and be the 8th, you're thumbing it right after Cat. All right, everybody, thanks for showing up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Silent Flute is tomorrow, so if you're not in that, ninthlim.com. It's just $77, 8 lectures a month, and it'll definitely help you master